Don't say her name, not even once. You know the rules. Say her name 3 times in the mirror too, and she appears. That's what they told us. But what they didn't say is what happens when you only say it once. Welcome to Vault 313. It started as a dare. It was one of those nights that felt thick with secrets, the kind of night where shadows clustered in corners and every noise echoed just a little too long. We shouldn't have been in that bathroom, let alone at that hour. The school was old, older than our parents, older than anyone living, or so the stories went. The tiles were chipped, the pipes sighed, and the mirror, once neat and perfect, was now a jagged, spider-webbed reflection of anyone foolish enough to look. Mia stood behind me, her breath catching in that tense hush, her eyes glinting with the gleeful fear of girls who want to believe in ghosts, but also want the comfort of disbelief. "Just say it," she whispered, goading me closer to the mirror that trembled in the sickly, flickering light. My heart thudded so loud, I wondered if she could hear it. But I wasn't afraid. Or at least I told myself I wasn't. I stared into my own eyes, green and shining and ringed with all the bravado I could fake, and I spoke the name we'd all been warned not to say. The name wrapped in legend, passed between trembling first years, and scribbled in pen on the underside of desks. Just once. Nothing happened. No hands reached from the glass, no icy breath misted over my shoulder. We snorted out laughter, relief mixing with embarrassment. We ran out into the night, our voices bouncing off the brick, our fear receding with every step away from that haunted bathroom. But then on the silent walk home, I noticed her. Reflected, faint and flickering at first. There behind me in the corner of a darkened shop window, a pale outline in the streaked glass of a bus shelter. She was never next to me. Always a step, a heartbeat, a breath behind. Her face was blank, unreadable. Her eyes impossibly dark. Hair that looked heavy with water, clinging to her hollow cheeks. I spun around, heart stuttering, but she was never really there. Only in the glass, only ever watching. I shook it off, chalked it up to leftover nerves, and a dare gone too far. But when I closed my eyes that night, sleep was no refuge. It brought only the memory of that silent watcher. And then the phone began to ring. Always at exactly 3:13 a.m. Once. No caller ID, just emptiness. No voicemail, only static when I dared to answer. Each night my room felt colder, like someone had left a window open that I could never find. The fear grew like a shadow in my chest, spreading even when the sun rose, and I convinced myself it was just my imagination. But then the boundaries between fear and reality blurred. At first, it was just a glimpse, the shape of a girl standing still at the end of the hall, her form half swallowed by darkness. Sometimes she lingered in the corners of rooms, sometimes in mirrors that should have only shown my face. She never moved, she never spoke. She was just there, waiting. I never dared to say her name again. I tried to avoid mirrors. I left lights burning all night. Still I could feel her, hovering at the edge of sight, close enough to sense, too distant to confront. Then last night, my little brother wandered in, rubbing sleep from his eyes, the innocence of childhood wrapped around him like a shield. And with the casualness that only a child has in the face of terror, he looked toward my closet and whispered, "Who's that girl in your closet?" And suddenly my fear had a witness. You don't need to say her name 3 times, you only need to say it once. And she remembers, forever. This is Vault 313, real horror, real stories, and the things that still answer when you knock. If this story chilled you, just wait for what's coming next. Subscribe to Vault 313 so you never miss a whisper in the dark. Like, comment your scariest experience, and share this with someone who dares to play.